Hey there, guys. Oh my fucking god. I hate you so much. Hey there, guys, gals, non binary pals. It's me, your host with the most, Dr.JWolfenstein. Ignore my brain dead brother, because, being brain dead, it is a mental disease. Like, I don't know if he wasn't loved enough as a child. I don't know if he got dropped on his head too many times. But, he's painful. Um, yep, yep. And no one told you you had to either. No one out here trying to tell you. You just decided to do it. But anyway, I mean, nobody's trying to save him. So, yeah, we don't know. Yep. I mean, those are words and viewpoints. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here, even if you have to deal with these people. They're not bad once you get to know them, and some of them are downright amusing and fun, and kick a lot of ass. Mostly Roan and Niafta. I mean, I'm sure Emil has a use for you. We all what? Well. But with all that being said, and all things being equal, um, when last we left off, our crew, our crew of the Vessi's Mercy, was sailing to uh, Varaki, specifically the city of Vardi, um, and on their way, sailing north around Tevara, they happened upon a island that was not documented on any maps, charts, or anything of significant note. And with that being the case, they of course decided to investigate and go on an island paradise. We're in paradise, Monsieur. Um, However, on their island paradise, they met two individuals who apparently had been living there a long time. Even shipwrecked there a while. Of course, I speak of Mr. James Sandian, and then Marahon. And Marahon is a Skyborn. Mm-hmm. Because I was going to say, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, Lord of the Rings is awesome. So, Yes, arugula. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. as they were on the island, waiting for a storm that they had been worried about to pass. Um, they met James and Marahon and learned of their tragic fate. Marahon mostly that she was shipwrecked here and has been living a quiet life here ever since. And James that he was mostly marooned and left for dead after his last captain didn't like some of the things he was saying and writing, because he is an author. He writes novels about people. It's a weird, strange hobby. You're almost not sure if there's ever going to be a use for it. Like, because that's just weird. Like, you know, is people ever going to be really that important to write whole books about them? Seems like something crazy, you know? I didn't actually tell her to say that. I wish I did. Oh, my book. My book being on sale. But anyway. Um, why, why am I posting a link and... You people. Alright. Anyway. Anyway. Moving right along. Well, true, you can never be wrong if you go right. And that applies for everything. Ba-doom-tsh. I think we have a motorcycle somewhere. But some people think so. There's that. I don't know about hurricane. Indeed. Well, you know. Jeez Louise, that is a long ass friggin'. Why is it so long? Anyway, um, who are you lying to? Yeah, well, we all know you lying. Anyway. But, with that being said, everybody kind of everybody kind of hunkered down, deciding that the hut in some cases would be best, and in other cases they decided that it would not be the best. So the party did the cardinal sin of D&D. They split up, gang. But that's okay, because now the storms arrived. And with the people on the ship and the people in the hut, there be all kinds of things that you need to be wary of. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. But for now, because, I'm a merciful God, I'll let everybody roll a perception check. At disadvantage because of the storm. No problem. Woo, wobble, wee, wobble, why, wobble, wee, wobble, why. That's not. I don't know. Yeah, he was more talking about the beating somebody off. Liking turtles is always okay. Perception at disadvantage. I mean, according to some people, the best things are taken, but What? Free shit always tastes better than shit you had to buy. I mean, free, stolen, what's the difference? Yeah. Doesn't matter if I stole that guy's beer, it's still free to me. I mean, the best beer is no beer, but yep. I mean, I just don't drink beer. Yeah. David's the weird one here. David is definitely the weird one. That doesn't surprise me in the least. Ooh, I actually have a thing. A marvelous thing. No, I'm selling slinkies. That's part of the song. A thing, a marvelous thing. Everybody knows a slinky. You you poor worthless Canadian. Who? Mason, your avatar looks like our boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. You look like an ex-boyfriend. I don't know about none of that. All right, but uh, I mean, true, but that's because it's Detroit. Yeah, because they suck at not getting caught. Yeah, they suck at not getting caught. Yeah, keep them. How I didn't want them. Yes. But as you all are in the who's we? Do we? I don't know. I don't know. Woof. But with all that being said, well, there you go. You know, right? I mean, yeah, he works a job, goober. Jesus fucking Christ. That's only an $8 pay cut for me. It's like, bro, do I just want to go stack groceries on the night shift? All right, but anyway, as you guys in the hut, Skull, Grimir, Niafta, and Valor, you hear some crashing, and upon hearing the crashing, uh, Marahun like looks up, and then she turns her head, looking to Sandian, and Sandian just nods as he looks to one of the walls of the hut, and he kind of calls out, "Get ready!" A not so nice visitor that sometimes comes in storms. Couple seconds. Alright. You have your weapon out. You prepare a smite. Eh, you were about to sit down to eat. But, yeah, because... Yep. And, lets me stab from a distance. That's not wrong. But, as you all are getting ready and you're ready for hopefully anything, one of the walls just has a couple of fists, like, sent through it. Bang! And, you see a golem made entirely of coral and some things that are probably not coral. And you don't know why it's here. But, Valor. Unfortunately, you are not close enough where it chose to break in. It didn't use the door. It used the wall. It came in like the Kool-Aid Man. Yep. But everybody, roll for initiative. God damn it. No. You on the ship don't have to roll for initiative. Well, yeah, because yeah, you're there. This is correct. They went back to the ship. Ah! Is it sealed? Damn it, David! I was about to say that. Yep. Yeah, that's great. What are we, the fucking fates with their eye? Oh, okay. Alright, so I got Skull, I got Grimir, I got Valor, I got Nyafta! And somehow the Coral Golem goes first. I don't know how, but you know what? Works for me. Well, you know. Jeez Louise. That was a throwback. I like it. But the creature looks to you, Skull, and decides to spray acid at you. Roll a dexterity save. You're gonna take. You take 27 points of acid. 27. Yeah, it hits pretty hard. Alright. Nyafta, you're up. Well, Skull could use healing if you have it. Otherwise, you can attack the creature. Cure Wounds heals more. So if you have, but Healing Word you can use as a bonus action. So if you had something you'd like to do on top of healing him, like attacking the creature or maybe casting a spell. All right. What level are you casting Cure Wounds at? You have at your current level, I think you have level 2 spells because you did multi-class. So let's see, you're a lore bard at 4. Yeah, you have level 2 spells. You have 3 of them you can use. So you can cast Cure Wounds at level 2 if you would like. Okay. Alright, we're going to ignore the sneak attack because you're not attacking, but that's 9 healing to you, Scram, or not Scram, Skull. Alright, did you want to move, Niafta? Did you want to stay? Okay, where do you want to move to? You can move 5 squares. Yep, that's perfect. Alright. Grimir. Yeah, just one wall. Where you guys were is essentially the hut, but yeah. Yeah, you ran out the wall he destroyed. Yeah. And essentially he destroyed this wall. Alright, 22 will hit. And are your culverns magic yet? Okay. You bang, and it plinks off, and the golem like turns and looks, and snarls as it now is looking at you, Grimir. Skull, you're up. Alrighty. Is this against the frightened condition? Alright. As you try to cast it, as you try to use this ability, the golem is not looking at you and does not feel frightened by your presence, as he's focused on Grimir. He cannot be frightened. He is immune to frighten. Mask. All right. $28 hits. Yes, it is large. Alrighty. And yes. Define life, though. What are you trying to do? Except rocks and coral don't expand. Correct. Maybe. Roan and well, the warlock might, but I know Roan doesn't. Has access. Did not take it. I don't think. I know your mama gonna slap you. She hear you one of these days. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. Anything else, Mr. Skull? You do have 2 attacks. Yeah. Obi KB. 19 will hit. You hear your sword screech and scrape as it doesn't seem to do much at this moment. Brilliant. All right. Valor, you're up, Chief. Yes. Oh, inequality. Okay. All right. All righty. It is. Yeah, it would be quarter cover. And with that, it is the golem's turn as Okay. Alrighty. Well, thankfully, you know, it like has to roll a nat 20 to get a 15, so it doesn't. Uh, There is that. And this golem is restrained, if I remember correctly. Cool. Well, as its action, it will remove the net, because fuck that net. Oh, yeah. So. But it counts as its action, doesn't it? Alright, so then the golem will move the net, and now it doesn't like Valor. As 10. No, it was 20, now it's down to 10. Mm-hmm. Um as a action, I need to do a thing. Come on. Cool. Nyafta. Um, Sandian kind of looks at you, and kind of gets your attention. Um, he hands you a scroll. Use this. It's only an action to use a spell. Or to use a scroll. Say that one more again. It's probably really beefy, so probably not a good idea to use that particular spell. That would be in. This particular scroll has a spell on it. No, you can use it. It's just you have to tell me you're going to use the scroll. Okay. Um, as you cast the spell in question, go ahead and roll an Arcana check. Mm, 10 is just enough. Lucky for you. But where I know I had a spell here. Where did it go? Making. Right. Um, this particular. God damn it! Where did this spell go? Yeah, you know. Um. Hmm. Ooh, wait, hold on. Does that spell work? Doesn't. Um. No, I'm looking up the spells that Sandian had because he only had a certain number of them. Um. You watch as the in. Yep, that's right. The individual in question is um, put into a sphere. You watch as it gets caught into a bubble. And now it's kind of just stuck there. And Sandian just kind of, oh, gods. Uh, that doesn't last long. You have to push it away. Yes. Why? You can just push it. It's a fucking hamster ball. I mean, except the fact that it hasn't been taking damage from any of you. Yes. The sphere's a little too big to pick up. It's got to encase the golem itself. Or hold on. Well, technically the thing is weightless. So, I mean, yes, can still be put into a sphere. No one here has dispel magic. There's that. There is that. Yes, yes, you can pick it up. Roll a strength check. 22. Bang. Yeah, you throw it and whoof. No, so it's going again. It's being caught up in the tide and in the storm, so it's moving on along the surface. Yeah, the ship is this way. Heh. Yeah. But you can still move. You see Sandian just kind of shake his head. No, I mean, I love soup, but the spell lasts only a minute. So, you said you had a ship? I would like the four of you to roll a D100s. All right. Nyafta, D100, please. I mean, you and a bunch of other people. Yeah. You're yeah, you're just trying to kill yourself. But on the plus side, as you launch the thing in a sphere, and let it continue off for the full minute because Nyafta just concentrates on that spell. Yeah, eventually the ball will get away from the shore and it'll pop, and the creature sinks down to the bottom. True, but they are slow. I mean, not really wasted it because it's even slower now. That's fine. But as that as the golem is off the island and is no longer a problem, Sandian just sighs and looks to Marahon. Thank the gods someone landed, because that was the last spell. That was the last scroll I had. Marahone nods and Sandian nods. Yeah, we think that the blood of the people who died on this island seeped into the coral and brought that thing to life. Well, true enough. It sometimes does, sometimes it doesn't. We honestly don't know when it shows up, but this is the first time it's shown up in a while. The last storm we had, it didn't. Ugh. I mean, it's not unlikely, but frankly, I don't know what's down there. I can't breathe underwater, and neither does Matahone, so we don't know what's around the island. Hmm. Well, I mean, the south part of this island is a lot shallower than here, mostly because there's a sandbar. Hmm. Sometimes he comes from the south side, but usually whatever direction he comes in, that's the same direction he leaves in. It's entirely possible, but again, I don't know. I haven't gone investigating under the water. I can't breathe under it. Again, he shrugs. Hey, again, why do you think one of the first things I offered was and asked for was getting off this island? Uh, you watch as Sandian just walks over and Sandian and Marahode grab the soup cauldron and lift it up. So we going to your ship then? Lead the way. You're a giant snake walking through sand. Of course you leave a track. The walking is being generous. but I figured it was less offensive than saying slither. Damn, man. Ah. Oh. Two for two. At least we finally got the. He'll ask what's up first. Oh yeah, it's still raining. Yeah, I. Jeez. Anyway. Hmm. We know. Isn't it your. What the hell is the music? The hell was that? Jeez Louise. Yeah. Uh. But you were just having to remove the wood. But anyway, as you guys are, as you guys make your way back to the ship, Roan and Scram, um, Cade just, yeah, yeah, you, no, you pick up your net. Hmm. Um, as you make your way to the ship, Roan and Scram, the two of you are on the ship. You're down in the galley eating dinner with everybody else. Cade just kind of looks at the two of you. Well, this storm is probably going to last all night, according to Aurora and myself. But thankfully, we can weather it. Not yet. He kind of looks. Anyway. Uh, heck? Stop playing around with the soundboard. Um. He looks to Cade looks to you, Roan. So, these people on the island. Do we trust them? Do we not trust them? That's about what you know. And you came in really quiet there, Ron. Ah, I already have her at 200. But he just kind of nods. Yeah, this looks like it'd be a good spot for a marooning. You ever been marooned before, Ron? It's when they leave you on an island somewhere. No, it's not. Cade just shakes his head. Anyway. Well, you know. Anyway. uh, Cade just kind of looks to your own. So, what got you all the way down south, if you don't mind my asking? Mm. Where would they get a belief like that? They're imposters. I don't know that there is. Well, you only get one. What the fuck? I heard ice cream mommy. The fuck is wrong with Discord soundboard? That's funny. Holy fucking shit. Bro. Yep. Fucking. But anyway, as you guys are kind of like eating and settling in, um, doesn't take long before there are several. Jeez Louise. Yep. But as you guys are, there and going about your meal, there is a whistle from outside, which causes Cade and Thok to stand up and head out. And um, there is a long moment before um, Cade comes back. Cade comes back in minus Thok. Well, looks like they're coming back. You mean the whistle? It means something's going on deck, and we need to check it out. No, just me. That's why only me and, well, where I go, Thok goes most of the time. Thok's currently lowering the gangplank for people to get on the ship. Seems the captain's back. Seems like it. They also brought a cauldron, I think, of soup. Or something, because looks like they're carrying it between them. They'll be in here. I don't know, but they'll be in here shortly. And sure enough, those of you who are running up to the side of the ship, there you see Thok, and he and Curly are on deck, and they wave and they lower the gangplank. More soup. Is it good soup? Mm. Well, cause that soup. No one, no one eats poison. Thok is just scratching his head. Why would people eat not soup? Well, I eat fish. I eat crab. I eat. There's lots of food that I eat. He reaches into into his pouch and pulls out a tiny little fiddler crab. And he hands it to you. Good, good eats. Crunchy. There you go. And Thok does much the same. Reaches into a pouch at his side, pulls out another one, and just crunch. And then he looks to the soup cauldron. Here, Thok, help! And he grabs it and lifts it up, and Sandy just, well, isn't he big? as Thok walks down into the galley. Got it. Big, not a lot of brains. But that's okay. Hmm. Suppose there's worse things to have a pocket full of. Um, but well, and he looks to Niafta. Well, Captain, thank you for allowing us to get off that island. I mean, if you would have Marahon and myself, I would be happy to join your crew on a more permanent basis. I must admit, I didn't look for such kindness in this dark time. Well, yeah, yes, it is a sloop technically. No, it's classified as a sloop. It's just an odd sloop. Hmm. I mean, again, Roan has similar issues. The Flying Dutchman. Yeah, you asked who was Davy Jones. The Queen Anne, or Queen Anne's Revenge. It is. Yep, Man of War is the biggest ship of the line that there was, if I remember correctly. I thought it was more than that, but again, not important at this moment in time. However, no, but 300 apparently from our Navy expert. But with that, NAFTA. If you take Marahon and Sandy into your cabin, where the roster is, you will see that um, both of them will happily sign the log. Um, And so you now have 2 new crew members, which I have taken the liberty of adding to your uh, list. Sandian is a carpenter, and a fairly good one from all you've seen. Marahon can be used to give Arara some much needed relief in the crow's nest. She does. But again, she has to sleep at some point, and so having Marahon will allow them to do a day-night watch. Indeed. But, with that being the case, I mean, if you'll let them stay, they'll stay forever. Like Sandian does not mind staying for as long as you'll have him. And Marahon pretty much travels with Sandian. Oh yeah, you can, yeah. Yeah, no. Oh yeah. And again, contracts are usually the lowest a contract is like a year. The longest is like usually 10 years. And again, it happens all the time. You re-sign the contract. The most pirates just sign the log and kind of stay with a ship until they die. They don't really worry about contract. Every once in a while, you'll find pirates who want to just get the hell off the ship and, take their share of the plunder and go retire. It happens. It's just not super common. But as you have them sign, Cade just kind of leans against the wall. Do we want Doc to take a look at them? Make sure they don't have scurvy or some other disease. All right, you two, come follow me. By the way, I'm Cade, quartermaster. Pleasure to meet you. And we're gonna take you to Doc. Don't be alarmed. Sandian raises an eyebrow. Marahon just kind of looks to Sandian confused. He's all right. Sandy just kind of nods. Well, all right then. To the dock we go. I stand by my earlier statement, says Sandian, just trying to figure it out. But they go below deck. And as you say that, and as you guys are leaving and in the rain, Doc comes walking up. I heard my name being called. Is there reason for damage obliteration? Oh! And he walks up to Scald. You have been injured by... And you watch as blue light travels over your body for a half second. Acid. I recommend a healing spell. Allow me to cast Cure of Wounds. And you watch as he puts a hand on you and he begins to glow and then you begin to glow as he casts Cure Wounds and you are now at full hit points. I am sorry. That is all of my spell ability for right now. Had to cast higher because of superior injuries. Please, no one else get hurt. Otherwise, I will have to lay hands, and that is not always pleasant. Nope, these two do not look damaged. They only need a checkup. I will be fine. Of course. Doc then looks to them. I am Damage Obliteration Construct, but people call me Doc. Ah, I am James Sandian, and this is Marajon. One of the Skyborn. Interesting physiology. May I take some scans and samples? Scans, yes. Samples, no. That is disheartening, but understood. Please, this way. And he leads them below deck. And Cade just shakes his head. Well, Captain, I believe this is a first. You land on a deserted island, you bring back 2 crew, and some soup. I'd be more interested as to who would shipwreck a soup. You just now fucking tell me. Yeah! And Cade. Fuck! Why do you yell? The soup that Sandian brought? It's good soup. It's also good soup. I mean, Octavia's is closer to a stew than a soup. You buy us. Yep. It's the greatest goddamn meme ever. Especially because when David showed it to me over here, it was a fucking Lelouch and Suzaku. That's awesome. Yeah. She barely watches anime. But anyway, um, as I still think it's Sakamoto all grown up. I I'm not letting that headcanon die off. Well, haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? But now I'm distracted. Yeah, and there's an anime called Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto with literally the coolest kid ever, and that's 100%. That is 100% the kid who grows up to be the old man because he just kind of disappears at the end of his episode or his anime, and we don't know what happened to him. But I know what happened to him. No, that's what they thought happened to him. Exactly. Sorry again, just fucking left field. Whee. It it really is. Fuck. God, I don't want. No, I'm not adding a track. That did not work out well for me last time. But anyway. No, Fuck wasn't coming in. He's literally standing behind Cade and just looks down. Why do you yell? I'm always behind you. I don't understand. I don't expect you to be behind me all the time, big guy. But why not? Where else would I be? I'm I'm gonna cut off your goddamn trunk and watch you flop around like a fish. The fuck you say to me? Uh, Cotton, I'm gonna go keep an eye out with Falk for the monster. I've already eaten. You deal with the snake. And he just leaves. uh, but I was waiting for Roden to say that. Just no. So you managed to get Cade some grog. He takes it from you and doesn't hit you with it. He just looks at you. I have grog. You can go away now. as as the storm continues, eventually, you're all able to rest and recover. And thankfully, it seems that the storm abates as the sun rises. Let's go. Hmm. Let me see. A little epic. All right. So, um, you guys are able to. The next morning, the tide has come in, and you guys are able to. Um, you guys are able to get the ship underway and um, get away from this particular island. And no one has what's no one has seen the golem. That's the words I was looking for. God, I'm hungry. Um, it's called Crunch, says Thok, nodding sagely. Kay just, you're not eating barnacles again, Thok! But they tasty! I didn't. Not long. They swallow easy. Not at all. Thok can eat anything. Except dirt, because dirt don't taste good. Rocks sometimes taste good, though Kate tells me they're not food. They're not! You lied to me, Thok! You lied to me, Kate! I did not! He's lying! Oh, surprise soup. Okay. Ah, well. And Thok just like goes back to rigging up ropes and pulling out sails, and Cade just sighs. I love that in character. She got sick, getting drenched in the rainstorm. It's like, I'm a goddamn Selkie. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Cade just, hey, Scram, why don't you, stay away from Valor today? Why don't you follow Thok? Could do that. I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're a stupid person. I is this where we find out that Valor has the saddest story? It's Octavia. What in the seven hells is a taco? Yeah, I'm gonna. It's Octavia. Mm, I'm. Hey, what is day of the week? You know what? You're all crazy, and I've. Oh, and she just walks off. Eh, says Cade. Just eh. There's worse things. Why would I keel haul you? uh. That's. You know. You know. I don't even know. He looks down at you. I don't control the quill. I don't, actually. No, it's sentient. People overboard! Says Arara. And as you guys either jump to or don't, alright, you jump overboard and you turn into a seal on your way down? Alright. Why wouldn't I just let the net down? He says as he drops a massive net and it splashes in the water. We had it a while. Do you not? Got it. And, Roan, as you make your way to the, make your way forward, to closer to the Arushi side of the ship, so, starboard. The thing you see is the first thing you see is a lot of debris. Like you see floating crates, barrels. You see a lot of wood splinters and other such. Like it's clear that something has sunk recently, and it didn't go quietly. And as you arrive at a large piece of wood, which you realize is probably like part of a dance floor. That's just, yeah, it's wood, it's uniform, and it looks polished. So, they're not on a door. I just said it was a dance floor, not a door. But anyway, um, anyway, you get you get next to it, and you can see that there are two gnomes, one man, one woman, and they're both unconscious. No, we got the Titanic reference. I just hate Titanic. Well, damn. Jeez Louise. You Yeah, uh, all of you need to up your doses. Jesus Christ. I mean, because getting her not sick is the necessary medication. But anyway, moving on. So you can bump the dance floor towards the ship. The crew does bring the sails in. Yep. As you crawl down the side of the ship, sticking to it, um, Sandian kind of leans over and he looks. Do you need help there, Skull? He gives a shrill. He gives a shrill series of whistles, and Marahon comes flying down, and then lands on the deck. You take one, Skull will take the other. She nods and goes flying over, and as the dance floor bumps, gets ready to bump the ship, Marahon carefully lands down and picks up the male and carries him onto the ship. Perception. Um, yeah, and that's easy to do. Some lay on hands. Okay. Um, Ivy, you don't see any more survivors, but what you do see are, again, large chunks of debris that are slowly sinking. And ahead of you, way far ahead of you, is what you can kind of sense in the water and kind of tell from the current is there's something big kind of sinking down. It's very faint on the current, um, but you can tell. And from following the debris field, you can tell that a lot of this stuff has drifted for a while. You do find a couple of crates, though, that are not too waterlogged and actually kind of floating. Other than that, you're not entirely sure. Um, no worries. As you make your way back to the surface, James kind of nods his head as he looks at the piece of debris. Well, now that the dance floor's been evacuated, we don't really need it, so. Thank you. Well, there was a reason I described it as a dance floor. Yeah, I was making a joke, damn it. You're all making jokes and being, crazy. Why don't I get to make one? That's what I thought. Shut up. Anyway, um, as you guys are, as you guys, Roan, as you get back to the ship, Skull as you climb on and board. Roll a medicine check, Mr. Valor. Medicine. And what did you say, Roan? I'm sorry. Um, the depth that the two gnomes were at? Oh, roll a survival check. At least half a day. Yeah. So your guess is probably over 10 leagues. Because you can't see the bottom of the ocean from where you're at, but if you look further to starboard, you can just make out some paleness rising off way in the distance, kind of giving you almost a mirage effect. Um, but you're guessing over 10 leagues down to the ocean floor. That's your best guess at this depth, and given your you know what I mean. Um, but yes, sure, I'll allow it. Well, you get a 9, so there you go. Um, as you um, ow, damn it. Yeah, I pinched myself on something. Um, no, what? Anyway, um, what? Anyway, your cat got locked in the closet. I mean, congratulations on its coming out. Like, do we need to throw a party? But you don't see anything like wrong with these people other than they've been at sea probably a while. And by the time you finish examining them, Doc comes up and looks. I heard we had shipwreck people, gnomes. Stand corrected. Stand back. And he walks over, and as he does, he's rubbing his hands together, and you can see they start to turn blue. Please stand clear. And the two gnomes wake up, just ah! One coughs up water, just oh, good, you're not dead. I can fix many things, just not death. And the woman just they arrived too late. And the two gnomes just kind of look up, and uh, the male like shakily gets to his feet, still coughing up seawater. Hey, what you taking my wife? Put your fucking hands up, pirates! What? What? You pulled this? You pulled us out? Where? What's the name of your ship? What fucking crazy person names their ship that? That's. Uh, I mean, that's true. All right, you weren't the ones that sunk us. And he puts his arms down and he looks. Ah, order, order. And he walks over and hugs her, and she hugs him. I suggest water and a light broth. Octavia, do we have soup? Of course we do. Excellent. Let us get them downstairs. Captain, you can come ask your questions. I love that Niaft is still just like, all right, I'm captain. Yeah, that was generally the idea. Yep, you got a promotion. All right, enough picking on Valor. Doc guides the two gnomes downstairs. Niafta, do you go down? Okay. All right. So whoever joins and whoever doesn't, Doc gets them situated. Octavia gives them each a bowl of like very thin broth, and each of them a small like heel of bread. Now, don't eat it too fast. You don't want to make yourself sick. Um, as you enter Niafta, um, Doc kind of looks at you. They are both going to be fine. They have minor exhaustion and are probably going to get a cold. I will endeavor to keep them healthy, but I can't promise anything at this juncture. Mm. No, they are not underfed. They are well fed. They have been at sea perhaps a day, maybe a little less or a little more, depending. Aye. That's yeah, that's yeah. These are this is the these are the two gnomes you just pulled out of the water. Doc nods, and then the male gnome kind of looks up. So you're the captain then? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Captain. I'm Orin, and this is my wife, Oda. Uh, Orin and Oda Pilwicken. Aside from the, I so we were on a cruise, a nice voyage that was supposed to be luxury, and we were going to go visit Zoleni. We had been saving for a year. My wife and I are simple farmers, turnip farmers to be exact. We had saved up for a whole year for this trip, and we figured that we'd take the off season, the not growing season, and we'd sail to Zoleni and then back to go see the sights and the sounds. It was a it was a well, uh, and you see that his wife is kind of tugging on him. We saved for 10 years, dear. Was it 10 years? Yes, I've been saving the money for 10 years. Oh, sorry, sorry, love. It's all right. Um, well, anyway, we were making our way up through Valedo and past Arula, and just made it to the north side of Arushi when we were attacked by a pirate ship. They were, they were stealing things and unfortunately killing people. But when they thought they stole everything of value, they were making to sail away, and that's when they blew the ship up. We don't know how they did it, but one volley of cannons, and then suddenly the whole ship is exploding underneath us. The ship's name? Oh, just north of Arushi. And we've been at sea for most of a day. I managed to catch a fish and give it to my wife, but not much more than that. And I was damned lucky to catch that fish. Oh well, we come from Valledo on the island of Rocky. Technically, you guys are headed to Vardy. I mean, if you'd take us to Vardy, then we'd be mighty grateful. But I am afraid I don't have much to offer you. Though if you ever stop by in Valledo, my wife and I'd be happy to set you up with some preserved stores. We've got plenty of preserves ready. Preserved pickled turnips, turnip canned turnips. Hey, you're truly a saint, Captain. Cade actually pipes up. This particular ship can fit a fairly decent crew, Captain. So we do have some spare bunks. No more rooms, though, frankly. No, we could take a hammock if that's no trouble. I mean, frankly, that's more than we were expecting. And Cade nods, um, and kind of gestures. You'll be bunking with the trio, but they're good. They're good lads. They're not a problem. Oh well, thank you. Thank you. Oh, very kindly. You're insane. I mean, we've got pickled, we've got canned, we got a couple of stores. We've got honeyed turnips. What? Just fucking the. Well, we greatly appreciate this. Uh, anyway, yeah, there's a reason it's three fucking bucks. Take it easy. Um, presently though, he presently the couple continues to eat their fill. Um, and Octavia just kind of nods. I'll make sure they're fed, but not overfed there, Captain. Um, do we need to keep an eye out for pirates now? I said sense, not see. Because, fun point of fact, a sinking ship creates a vortex and a funnel that pulls a lot of shit down, and you'd be surprised by the reach. They said they've been adrift for a day. Yes, the timelines do not match up.
I have empty barrel.
No, we have oranges. We're trying to keep away scurvy. Aye. It is a water barrel. So it seems that Grimir and Roan are going to go investigate what is going on beneath the waves. And Valor, excuse me. Oh, Jesus. Well, no, my medication's finally working and getting all this gunk out of my lungs. But anyway, I mean, that'd be interesting. But, um, jeez. So, Grimir and Roan are going to go investigate the sinking object while Valor kind of watches over on a rowboat and Scram watches from the ship. And she's going to be keeping an eye on you guys, obviously. Um, yeah, she's the one who gives commands. Like, bro, what the fuck? No. Yeah, you can actually see that there's surgical. It's like surgically attached. Like someone welded a goddamn like rattlesnake rattle to the tip of his otherwise not rattle tail. Anyway, Both of you need to up your doses. Anyway, but with that, that is the plan, and that is what we will do next time. So, allow me to thank you, our lovely viewers, for putting up with the insanity that was tonight. You're amazing. But as always, I couldn't do this without my fantastic cast of characters, though fantastic today is a bit of a stretch. I mean, two of them are really stellar, you know. But the rest of them, I'll never tell. But I haven't named a name. I haven't named any names. You're all just making assumptions over here. So's David. David met me when I was like a newborn. Nani the fuck? There are photos of us as babies in play cribs together. That's unfair to David. He doesn't remember shit. Like, I mean, we got the photographic proof. No, I can. Yeah, no, it is David. I worry. I'm worried that he got hit in the head or something really hard, and he's got like partial amnesia, or he like lost a lot of his long-term memory. I worry about David. But anyway, of course, I couldn't pull off this chicanery and shenanigan making on my own. I have this fantastic cast of characters, and they help me make this, I hope, interesting. I mean, I usually have fun, but first and foremost, at least now, is Mr. David playing Grimir. Everybody likes soup. We have the ever lovely Laura playing Niafta. Indeed. Directly below me, we have Miss Ivy playing Roan. Yeah, you're getting there. Then we then we have Mr. Emil playing Scram. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Vex playing Valor. I was going to say, you were already insane. And I, of course, am Dr. John Wolfenstein, your Master of the Seas. And until next time, please stay healthy, my friends.